Howdy, folks. All right, good evening. You won't be seeing this on Saturday, but it might be Saturday when you do watch it. You never know, so happy Saturday. It is Saturday, the 30th of May. So this is my Me Made May, day 30, 2 days from the end. Hi, I'm Simone. This channel is called Goblin Fruit. Goblin Fruit is my business where I have a fashion label and I sew for other people. But this is mostly about things that I sew for myself. So today, day 30, I will be doing a sewing room tour, but you might actually see me, it might be Sunday by then. As you see, you might be able to tell. I don't know if you can really tell. It's all artificial lighting. The sun is going down. I'm about to take the dog for a walk. The day has gone by and I have not filmed anything. So this morning I did, go to the gym. Yes, I'm even in more pain than I was yesterday. Then groceries, and I go see my nan. And we went to Spotlight, we had some lunch, but also in the middle of that, my dog needed to go to the vet. Frankie had to go to the vet. She was coughing all night last night. And then this morning, she just, by the time I'd made the appointment for her to go to the vet, she was all bright and perky, as you do. Nothing's different, nothing's wrong. Get to the vet, doesn't really look like anything's different, no evidence of a cough, no evidence of... But when we get to the vet, she gets very anxious, and for the first time in years, she sat on my lap and was trying to bury her head into my armpit. So yeah, the last time she was there, she did have surgery, exploratory, up the nosy surgery to try and see if we could figure out what was going wrong. So she clearly remembered that, was not into that idea at all. And so now she has antibiotics, but it's really just guessing game. Don't really know what's wrong. Just before I started videoing now, she's had a good vomit. Thrown up on, you'll see in the sewing room video, I guess, most of the floors in this house are hardwood, but she found every rug in the house to throw up on. Hopefully that's cleared a lot of the phlegm, is what I'm hoping, because she had just lots and lots of phlegm, so she was coughing all the time and seemed to really be having trouble breathing. Her breathing sounded really like it was, like Darth Vader, like she's passing through water all the time. So hopefully we can go on a walk and she'll be fine and she'll feel a little bit better, and then we'll give her some antibiotics for dinner tonight. Anyway, rambling. And I'm going to do a sewing room tour in this video, so it's going to be 100 miles long. But I was also hoping, I've got all of this fabric from the other room, and there's even still more in the other room that has to come into this room and be folded. I was hoping by the end of the month I would have the sewing room done to show you. Because I've moved it from one room to this room. Anyway, outfit for today, just so that you can see, I'm wearing the cardigan that I made. Also had an argument with my mum and my nan. They both decided this is not a cardigan, it is a blouse. Just because it's made out of a knit fabric doesn't make it a cardigan. And just because it buttons up the front makes it a blouse. So yeah, I keep calling it my cardigan. Maybe it is a blouse. It is a blouse pattern, I guess. Anyway, anywho. Yes, so the cardigan, I didn't even bring the pattern in with me. It's so far removed from the original pattern anyway. And I have mentioned it before, it's a simplicity pattern. So cardigan on today. I do also have, not that anybody's seen it, one of my red wool turtlenecks on. Cardigan fabric is from Lush. The buttons, it's a Lush sweater knit. Buttons were from Textile Traders, which is now closed. And the pants are the Jane Set hack, the Gertie's Jane Set hack, worn over my boots. I've decided that these pants are actually really quite good for wearing over tights. The tights kind of hold them in place a lot better. They aren't, because they're just a little bit big for me. You probably can't even see that from there. You're going, what is she talking about? But, it's nothing major. It just means that they don't stay up. I should have some elastic in that waistband, I think. because there's no zip or anything, and there's no, just using the stretch of the fabric, so there's no interfacing in there. It just needs a piece of elastic through there. I think. Anyway, so that's my outfit for today, for Me Made May, day 30. Day 30. Tomorrow will be the last day, but I might actually film the sewing room tour tomorrow, depending on how the light looks when we come home from our walk. Because normally there's full streaming daylight in here, and it's the end of the day. It's the end of the day. Ready, studio tour. Here we go. Now ignore my reflection because I'm still in my pajamas. We are pretending that today is still Saturday, but it's not. It's Sunday morning. Yesterday it just was too late to do this. There was really no light. It was very dark. Everything was yellow. But as you can see by looking out my window here, still very wet and very grey today. So this is the window I'm normally looking at when I do videos, and it gives me lots of beautiful light normally. This used to be my dining room, and so now it's the sewing studio. There's still a lot of stuff in my old sewing room that isn't going to fit in here, I don't think. I was hoping to have this finished and have everything packed away as best I could and then decide what it was that I was getting rid of. But unfortunately, I haven't yet. Anyway, here we are. So little bookshelf on the side here. Most of the furniture in here is Ikea. So yeah, that's an Ikea bookshelf with just some of my favourite books and some notebooks and stuff like that on there. This lamp is great. It's great. It's also Ikea. Tall standing lamp, because I have my sewing machines here. And they live on this little table, and then when I'm using each one, they sit on here on top of this cutting mat. Underneath my sewing machines in these drawers. Oh, sorry, what I was saying. Oh, I hope I'm not going to make you really dizzy. I nearly made myself dizzy then. Is the lamp is really handy because it shines down and I can move it. So to wherever I want and on my sewing surface and get as much light as I need. Yeah? So, or I can point it at the ceiling, which works quite well, and then the light reflects off the white ceiling onto whatever I'm working on. So yeah, sewing machine. So I have three machines. My Janome isn't in here. It's very, very old, and I've kind of retired it. It's in storage. So my Bernina, and this is the Singer Pro 5 convertible cover stitch and overlocker. I don't have an industrial machine, mostly because I work in stretch fabric, so an industrial machine is kind of useless. But I really do wish I had one. I mean, there isn't the space in here anyway, but so nice. I love an industrial machine. Straight stitch machine. I have looked at industrial overlockers before. All right, top drawer. Gosh, I could talk forever. So thread in this plastic tub here, bobbins, extra pins, makeup brushes that I use to clean the machines because they're just dodgy ones. The accessories kit that you get with your machine sometimes. Ruffler foot, and I think behind there I have my Walker foot as well. The bobbins that were for the Janome, and those are the Bernina bobbins. Next row, so other feet, needles, random stationary bits, feet for the Janome. What else? Just some electronic bits, leads and stuff. My labels, all the goblin fruit labels are in there, not that you can see them. Yeah, so that's that one. My waste paper basket, how exciting. So yeah, that down there, that white thing, that is the transformer I was talking about for the Singer, because it's in US power and it's not dual power. That's the big box that it needs. So yeah, maybe think about that if you're buying a machine from overseas, I guess. Computer, nothing exciting there. These mannequins, I've actually got 4 of these plaster mannequins. I bought them years ago. Whoops, I can't do that. I bought them years ago from a boutique that was shutting down. And they have served me well. I've even hired them out for other people for events and things. But this is probably the best condition one now. They are getting a bit old. I mean, up here I keep like a mood board, vision board. I really need to do a new one for this new season that's coming. The giant mirror, and scrap fabric. See, I'm building it up. Oh yeah, look, there's my tripod, light box. Yeah. Oh, there's that pen. I've been blinking looking for that. There we go. See? All good. The cutting table. So this is 2 Ikea Hemnes units. 8 drawer units. Back to back. That's Frankie. See Frankie? Hi, Frankie. She doesn't look impressed. Okay. Go back to sleep, Frankie. These units are great. I think they're a fantastic height to work on, but for some they might be a little bit high. I quite like high. Even like my desk, over here, that's quite high as well because that's actually a dining table. So yeah, personal preference, I guess. Back to these 2. So that's 2 A0 cutting mats on the top there. One day I'll have the money to have cutting mats that fill the whole top of it. And you can also get, well, you used to be able to, I don't know if you still can, a glass tabletop for these. Because, I mean, as you can see, like, it's gotten quite damaged across here. I particularly did this one day when I was cutting out wearing a corset and the metal busk of the corset just ripped into the wood. And this is washi tape with a tape measure on it, but it's actually really, really difficult to read. And it's so, like, it did go all the way to the end and it slowly over time just peeled back. So that didn't work that well. And actually what I do use for, like, if I need to do costings for a client particularly, or measuring things out, but I've measured up the table so with other little bits of washi tape. So that's my 0 point across to 50 centimeters, 100 centimeters, and then these, because your fabric width's 140, 145, 150, and then the whole table end to end is 159 centimeters. So if I need to lay out a pattern to cost it, I'll lay it out that way. So I can see how much fabric it takes to make it. All right, little drawers here. So pens, this drawer I use the most. My tape measures. These are actually pattern weights. I mean, they're jars with things in them, like little bells. But I just use them for pattern weights. Scissors live in here. My favorites. I've had these for years and I get them sharpened. They have got one serrated edge, so only the top edge can be sharpened, and they kind of need to be done again, to be honest, at the moment. More pattern weights and chalk, notepad, pattern notches. Yeah, so this is like all of my pattern making in there. This guy, buttons, zips, bra fasteners, commercial ones, not that I've ever used those. All my buttons are colour coordinated, and they're mostly secondhand. People give me things. That's just like the casing that some of the Bernina accessories came in. Washi tape, more pens, sticker books from Kiki K, as you do, more scissors, and glue, and lots of random stuff in that one. And this has just got piles of paperwork. Any old bills and stuff go in here, but also drawing, all the drawing stuff. Yay!
These bottom 4 drawers have actually got client stuff in them, including this whole drawer is full of patterns. Some of them are mine, but most of them are clients' patterns that I've done. So, yeah, so I won't go through all of that. Random stuff sitting on top of the cutting mat here. Alrighty, round the corner. Now this wall, okay, let's just not show you just a blue wall, shall we? I am going to get a painting for this wall, is what I was going to say. Right. Over here we have my dolly. I've actually got 2 of these stand on roll around ones. This one is a size 6, the other one is a size 8, and that's in the other room. She is a lingerie mannequin from a boutique that I used to work at, but she fits very nicely for lingerie actually compared to a normal dressmaker's mannequin, so I really like her. The other one is more of a normal dressmaker's mannequin size, but again, it came from the same shop. When they were refurbing that shop, they just gave them to me. In fact, they gave me so many that I had to give others away. I gave away probably 6 mannequins and kept 3. One's in my bedroom, this one's here, the other one I just don't know what I'm going to do with. I have to keep it because it's a size 8, but I just don't know. I don't know. Alrighty, this back wall, make sure I'm not tripping over the dog. Ta-da! All the way to the top there. So across the top, so magazines, all the way up there. These drawers and boxes here have got lingerie samples in them. So lingerie that I've made for the range, some really, really old ones, some ones that didn't work. And the gold boxes in the middle have mostly got like props and stuff for shows, earrings, sunglasses, all that kind of stuff. My sewing related books, costume books. I originally trained as a costume designer, so a lot of that. Ribbon and trim, a lot of, there's some vintage bits in there, some in the back here that were given to me. Yeah, more fashion related books. Overlocking thread dark scale to overlocking thread light scale. Ironing things with my the recycled wool, what is it called? Sausage and ham, Taylor's arm, or yeah. I added those into a video, so I can link at that video below how I made those, but they've been very handy. I really like them. And my silk organza pressing cloth. I do have a heap more silk organza. That's part of the I don't know what to do with it pile. Yeah, did I show you those fashion books on that side? There we go. So there's just 3 cubes of books, but then down the bottom here, paperwork, files and files and paperwork. One of those big files there is just research for my graduate show. Like, it's just so much stuff. I can't believe I spent that much time on research. It's nice when you're at school. You've got the ability to do these things. Oh no, that's it there. The black one. Goblin Fruit Research and Development. Like, seriously, it's chock-a-block. Chock-a-block. Anyway. Not very exciting, sorry. Exciting to me. So a lot of this stuff is lingerie making supplies, and little bits of trim and stuff. But then there's also some beads and sequins. Yeah. I mean, these are little treasure boxes. Oh, look, there's some more labels. Kiss Me Quick labels, when I had Kiss Me Quick. Care labels. All that stuff. Right. So, yeah, these are Billy bookcases from Ikea. This in the middle here, though, is a Hemnes hat rack. So it's just placed between the bookcases. There's a rail on the hat rack. So on this rail at the moment are some collection pieces that need to go on the website, just samples for sale. I also use like this hook here has my rulers and things on it. Where's my other ruler? Oh, it is there. I'm like, where does it go? No, it's there. This handheld business is much harder than it looks. Ironing board hiding in there, and some pattern pieces that I use all the time. So that's my high-waisted underwear pattern just hooked on there. I do use that a lot. And hidden down the bottom there, that's pattern paper. And my little, what do you call those? Ladder. It's a ladder to get to those top shelves when I need to. Alrighty, Frankie has moved around to get out of our way, and she's going to be back in the way again. She's going to be unimpressed. Alrighty, but I need to sort of spin around. So, hi Frank. Okay, I'm just going to move around you. Ta-da! Oh, Mum. God, you just move around too much. Alrighty, so this lot here is all of my winter fabrics, and collection fabric is in here as well. The majority of this is stretch fabric. So some of the things for me and for garments for me, and a lot here for new collection. I mean, most of this is stuff that's been in collection before, because I'm just going to go back in and redesign for these fabrics. I mean, there's some really nice ones in there, and I'm dying to use them, some that haven't been used before. Yeah, and you've seen on the left before here the snowflake dress. Yay. This unit on the side here is another Billy bookcase, but a wide one. Up the very, very top, just some storage. I can't even remember what's in there now, and I've only packed it probably in the last couple of weeks. Anyway, so that's my kitchen. Have I done my dishes? Yeah, most of them. So mostly wovens, mostly summer weight fabrics on top there. Just a couple of little winter ones, but oh, sorry, if I put my hand in the shot, it really lose focus. So yeah, summer weights. That row there is elastic, lingerie elastic, and some hook and eye fastening. This row is satins and slipperies, linings, and for lingerie, a lot of these satin fabrics. Sorry, Frank. If you follow, like, they're all Kiss Me Quick fabrics, these ones. When I had Kiss Me Quick, which is now just a collection, Kiss Me Simone under the Goblin Fruit label. But yeah, I used to do a lot of like satin finish. I love this one. This is a vintage piece that I picked up ages ago, and it's a flocked taffeta, and one day I'll be brave enough to use it. This I'm dying to make into a lining. It's very gothic-y. Very hard to show you in the light, but it's got big crosses and things on it. Yay! And then there's another row of more heavyweight knit fabrics and some winter wovens in there. These are, yeah, definitely for me, for my winter wardrobe. Down the bottom here is a whole lot of braid, trim, and elastic. And this is mostly from when I did pasty making. Which I don't do anymore. But I was thinking about doing some rather elaborate masks, because although initially the whole mask idea really kind of creeped me out, and we don't really use them here in WA. I know that people do in other countries. They're much, much more necessary, and we are opening up now, so they might become necessary here. But I just saw a couple. I feel like I feel like I'm missing a fashion opportunity. Because I've seen some just really gorgeous fashion sort of mask covers with like trim and things, and I'm like, oh my God, I want one of those. What a great accessory. So yeah, it's nothing to do with health, and it's all to do with the fact that I feel like I'm missing out on a fashion accessory. Yeah, as you do. And down the bottom, paint. So if I get back into painting, I really, really want to. It's just finding the time. The coffee tins there have all actually got suspender ends in them of different sizes. Just reuse. And this is my mum's old sewing box. And it does have a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff that doesn't really fit anywhere else in it. Okay. So over here on this unit, on this side, the bottom 4 drawers there are mostly empty. I've got to fill those. All of my laces are in the other room and they'll go into there. So lingerie lace, because they're really slippery, except for this drawer, which I've currently filled with garbage, really. It's looking very unorganized. It's beautiful stuff, very unorganized. But these are all the patterns that I'm kind of playing with at the moment, or thinking about making at the moment, or on my radar. And some in there that I've already made. That one on the top I haven't, but things move around. Yeah. And then across the top of here, drawing stuff, art supplies, and a lint roller, which totally makes sense to have a lint roller in there. Watercolour paints, all that stuff. Oh, now what have I knocked down that I won't go back? All right, I'll have to figure out what that is because that's never happened before. More trim. A lot of vintage trim, vintage lace, bits and pieces. And then this whole box here is sequins and beads. Just, seriously. Oh, lingerie bows. Great big pile of those. Such pretty colours. Look at that. Gorgeous. But yeah, sequins. I did go through a phase, but then I realised that, particularly for my graduate collection, all of this hand embroidering and beading and sequin things takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of time. And I love it, but I don't really have the time for it anymore. But we'll keep those just in case I feel inspired again. More trim. Yeah, this is a bit out of control. Those interfacing bits and other like bits of boning. Yay. What are they? Oh, buckles, hardware. Yep. This is why I have millions of drawers. I've got millions of bits of stuff. Oh, and this is just all really small bits, scrap bits of fabric. And in this bag, some lingerie pieces that I've already cut out. Visor fix, I think that is, for applique, baking paper, any tracing, I guess. Fringing, whole bag of fringing down the back there. Right, so that's the studio as it stands. But yeah, there are like bolts of fabric, like full commercial size. Hi, Frankie. Bolts of fabric that need to fit in here, and they don't. All right, going back to this wall, maybe I'll insert the picture of the painting that I want to go here. If I can be really, really clever. You can tell me what you think. If it'll look good there. The lights here, they're from Ikea as well. Just recently had those put in because the old lighting fixture didn't work. Which was probably the main reason why this room never really got used before, is because there was no lights in here. But, yeah. Ta-da! And that's the street. Cold and wet. Righty, you enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.